Hi, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Alright, let's take a look at the total crypto market cap to get the night started. So, as many of you know, we had some big news from the Fed today, and surprisingly, they're not touching the interest rates yet, so they're pretty well just letting the market run hot, so could see some upside potential if the market really wants to, and if the Fed does another round of printing or something, that would definitely be good for the upside. So aside from all the news, let's take a look at how the charts are looking. So on the daily chart, I'm liking the looks of this MACD here. So 3 days straight of the bearish momentum starting to get weaker here. Hey, what's up, Norm? What's up, Alex? Hope you guys are having a good night tonight. So, no bullish momentum growing on the 4 hour. RSI didn't go higher than here. Just kind of came up to the same level and bounced. Larger time frames, I'm kind of just seeing consolidation going on in the markets. So we did have some nice 1 hour bullish divergence here, except we already came up and got oversold and just pulled right back down, almost touching the line just slightly above it. Honestly, I'm not really seeing all that much besides consolidation going on so far. Three consistent higher highs on the RSI though, so at least it's attempting to keep on rallying. So total crypto market cap weekly still not looking great on the MACD, still bearishly engulfing for now. Daily, this is what we want to be seeing though, 3 days straight of the bearish momentum getting weaker. And some little bit of 4 hour bullish divergence going on here as well, and that actually didn't get oversold quite yet. So maybe we'll see a little consolidation here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does actually make a little attempt and break this fib here. Yeah, it's pretty well actually still looking like consolidation, but it's looking more likely like it's going to attempt to break the fib than come down to test this support again. Going to wait for some more information to develop on both the total crypto market cap and Bitcoin for now, so whole crypto market cap could be in for some consolidation over the next few days. The market kind of doesn't really know what to do after the Fed news by the looks of it, because I was expecting there to be a lot more of a upside or downside move today, not just kind of bouncing around here. And let's see if anything's going on with XRP yet. Pretty well same thing. Daily bearish momentum is getting weaker, or daily bearish momentum. And 4 hours probably going to be a little bit of bullish growing. Oh no, bulls losing momentum, so consolidation here as well. Tiny little bit of 1 hour bearish divergence here, but it's already pulled back to around under the 40 level on the RSI, so pretty well all three, total crypto market cap, Bitcoin, XRP, I'm just seeing consolidation going on all around at the moment. Alright, let's take a look at Thor and see how that's holding up today. So we actually have the Stochastic is crossing bearish here for the first time in a little while on Thor. Same thing with the 4 hour, 12 hour. The 1 hour is bullish for now. Smaller time frames are attempting to hold, but honestly I wouldn't be surprised if we come down and touch around this 180, maybe 185 level, just maybe wick under it slightly. I absolutely love this little uptrend it's in. Ever since it started to run here, it's just been consistent higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Just like a nice little staircase to heaven here. And on the 4 hour, as some of you know, I seen a nice cup and handle pattern right here going on. So the cup, the handle, and now it's just attempting to run here. So I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if we do get a little bit of consolidation just down to the support level. But if this 4 hour pattern is to play out the way I'm expecting it to, there's looking like more upside potential after a bit of consolidation here on Thor. Definitely seeing some consolidation, potential pullback going on. I'm thinking more than likely just the support level. So we're going to wait to see what happens in the next probably 2-3 days. I don't think it'll take too long for this to really end up playing out. This is the daily chart here. Seems like every, let's say roughly 2-3 days it comes down and just touches the support. So I'm still liking the looks of Thor for the moment. And let's take a look at time. I'm pretty sure this has been absolutely wrecked. Oh yeah, 515, wow. Crazy. So, about a week ago, time was actually lined up for a nice, potential, beautiful reversal to the upside. But then we got that huge liquidation event, and time's just been a dirty downtrend ever since. It just didn't decide to bounce on that support. I believe there was like a couple of $1 million in liquidations or something like that that just smashed the price of time. So personally, I'm just not doing anything here. I'm just keeping an eye on it to see what happens. But based on what's going on with time, it's not really looking like the best, especially now. It is an absolutely floored asset, but the fundamentals on this asset just really aren't doing that great at the moment, so yeah, this would probably be the worst looking asset of the day so far for sure. Yeah, I don't even see any form of divergence or anything going on at this point either. Yeah, we're definitely at like ridiculously low levels, but yeah, like look at that RSI. All the way down to 18 on the RSI on the daily. No RSI information on the weekly as this is a newer asset, but not looking great on Time Wonderland. Alright, now let's take a look at Hex and see how that's doing today. Weekly bearish momentum is currently building. Daily it's cooling off a little bit for now at least. It looks like there's just a tiny little attempt at bearishly engulfing for now. Uh, 4 hour it's bearishly engulfing as well. Not oversold yet. Almost oversold on the 1 hour, but not quite. Slight bit of bearish momentum growing. I wouldn't be surprised if this does end up pulling back a little bit more before it ends up, maybe it could just follow down along here possibly, and that'd be around 15 cents, and come back and make another attempt. But if the total crypto market cap turns around, it's not looking horrible. It's probably going to depend on what happens on the total crypto market cap, though. I think if that ends up pulling back, Hex will more than likely end up coming down further. Higher highs and higher lows on smaller time frames, but yeah. If it can hold this level and consolidate, maybe it'll come back around, but so far I'm thinking it's more likely to get a little bit more pullback before it runs. Alright, Alliance block, let's see how that's looking today. Weekly bearish momentum still growing. Looking like it's attempting to cool off a little bit on the daily for the bearish momentum though. Same thing with the 4 hour. I'm liking the looks of the RSI. There actually is some bullish divergence here. And the 1 hour, also liking the looks actually. Same thing, bullish divergence. Tiny bit of bullish momentum starting to grow, but attempting to bullishly engulf here. So I'll just check the half hour actually. From the 4 hour up, I'm liking the looks of Alliance block at the moment. And the daily is losing bearish momentum. Maybe a little triple bottom going on here kind of deal. That was a lower low, so I guess not, but Alliance block's looking nice for a potential reversal. If the total crypto market cap holds or comes back around and starts running, I think this has got a lot of upside potential, especially since we're under the 786 fib level at the moment. Yeah, pretty great accumulation zone on it. Alright, CRV. And is there anything else that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Weekly bearish momentum growing. Weekly bearish engulfing candle. And daily bearish momentum is getting weaker. Looking more like we just got consolidation going on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. I think I'm going to wait for a little more information to develop here. Kind of just seeing consolidation going on at the moment, so I'll wait for a little more of a sure sign of what's going on this asset. Alright, let's see how Matic's looking today. First weekly bearish momentum going on that we've had in a little while. And that's a pretty significant bearish engulfing candle under support here. It does show that the bears are losing a bit of momentum here on the daily. And losing bullish momentum on the 4 hour, well, the 1 hour is kind of looking neutral. If Matic can get back up and form a higher low above this support, it won't be looking that bad then. But until then, I'd be cautious on this asset. Could be looking better on the larger time frames, especially with the way that this weekly's looking. Yeah, you see how the whole time it's just been respecting this support level here. Come down, form a low, wick off of it, run up, higher low again, higher high, higher low, higher high. And now we finally broke below the support for the first time in pretty well. We've had these little wicks underneath, but this is the first real break that we've had under the support on Matic here. So if the crypto market does end up pulling back further, I can definitely see this asset taking a bit more of a dump down. So let's just spread out the fibs here and see how this is looking. It came down and just wicked off the 0.5 fib level. So I'm liking that, at least, since this is a very typical retrace level. Aside from it just coming down and bouncing off the 0.5 fib though, yeah, see right here on the 4 hour, that was actually where it's attempting to get a little support here. Wicked up to here, and it's looking like it's going to make another attempt at breaking to the downside. So I'd proceed with caution on Matic and keep an eye on this one. Alright, let's see how Dogecoin's looking tonight. Daily bearish momentum's getting a bit weaker, at least for now. And we also have some daily bullish divergence. So you can see the candles are trending down, but the RSI is trending up. And the daily is a significant time frame. And the way that Doge is already absolutely floored under the fib level with daily bullish divergence, I personally am absolutely loving this asset to accumulate here. I've been accumulating Doge for probably about the past week or two now, just at these floored levels. Absolutely love the looks of that. If the crypto market does get a blow off top and we get one final rally on altcoins to finish the season, personally I'm absolutely loving the looks of this for an accumulation area. No bearish divergence going on yet. Maybe a little bit of 1 hour actually. Yeah. So there's 1 hour bearish divergence, so that might cool off a little on the 1 hour. And on the 4 hour though, which is what we want to see. 4 hour and daily is more significant. So maybe a little consolidation, but honestly I absolutely love this level to accumulate this asset. And let's take a look at the other Dogecoin and see how that's doing. Shiba Inu. Shiba's under the 786, so this is typically a level that I really like to start accumulating my assets whenever we get below here from bullish on it. Looking like we have a little bit of hidden bullish divergence. So MACD bullish divergence is presenting itself right here nicely. Uh, 4 hour could be looking better. And the 1 hour could also be looking better as well. Yeah, I'm going to wait for some more information to develop on this asset and see if we get some more signs of reversal. But it's pretty well around the area that I like to start accumulating my assets, 786. Alright, now let's take a look at the US stock indexes and see how those are looking today. Alright, so for the Dow Jones weekly bearish bearish MACD still showing signs of growing, so bearish momentum still getting stronger. The daily, we have the opposite though, so bearish momentum getting slightly weaker each day here, between those two at least. And 4 hours shows that the bulls are getting weaker. So the fact that we are currently under this support for the time being, and this actually looks like it just, let's just extend this out here. So that's actually looking terrible. So we broke under the support level, we came back and retouched the previous support as new resistance, and now it's attempting to keep on going to the downside. So that is not looking great on the Dow Jones. I don't see much going on for the smaller time frames at the moment, but this right here is not what you want to see on the stock market. So whenever you see this on an asset, got a nice break, came back, and didn't break back into support, but instead that's now resistance, and it bounced off that to the downside. This is showing that it wants to attempt to keep on dropping down to the downside. So likely targets for the Dow, if this is the case, 236 first fib level, 32,400, and 382 would be 29,663 points. Personally, I think that this is a more likely pullback area if we do get a pullback, as soon as this support broke. This was the previous all-time high before the March COVID crash that we had. So if we were to come down here and form support right off of this previous all-time high, at that point the market's looking really nice. But for now, it's looking horrible, and like we could be getting a pullback for several weeks or days at this point. Maybe even months, depending on how it all wants to play out. So if the Fed decides that they're just going to print out a bunch more money, invalidate the pattern, pump the market, it's not something that would surprise me. But just based purely off the technicals and the chart, this is not looking great at all. Alright, now let's take a look at the NASDAQ and see how that's holding up. NASDAQ is looking horrible as well. Bearish momentum growing on the MACD. And that's a nice break right there on the weekly, below support. Not nice, but it's clean. We got the first day of bears starting to lose a bit of momentum here for the first little while, so that's at least looking alright. And looks like it's attempting to keep going down further, but I'm seeing more consolidation on here for the time being. 1 hour, there is some bearish momentum growing though. And on the 1 hour, it's attempting to bearishly engulf. Yeah, daily bearish engulfing. 4 hour attempting to. NASDAQ's not looking nice as well. So the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both look horrible based off the technicals. Now let's see how the S&P 500's holding up. Same deal. We have the MACD showing bearish momentum growing on the weekly. Daily MACD shows that the bears are starting to lose a little bit of momentum, but we do have a daily bearish engulfing candle here. And it's also attempting to bearishly engulf on the 4 hour. And on the 1 hour, bearish momentum growing on the MACD, bearish engulfing candle. If we're going just based off of the chart and not fundamentals and what's going to happen with the money printing and everything with the Fed, these charts look horrible on all three of the stock indexes. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, all three of them are not looking great right now. So we'll wait to see how everything plays out in the coming days and weeks, but for now everything's not looking nice. Okay, let's see how Ethereum's doing today. Bearish momentum still growing on the weekly. Bearish engulfing candle. The daily, the MACD's starting to cool off a little bit, at least for now. And the 4 hour just looks like the bulls are cooling off. I'm pretty well just seeing more consolidation than anything on Ethereum. I think this is going to go whichever way the crypto market decides to go. If the market just decides to run, it's probably going to run. If it drops, drops. Consolidation, I wouldn't be surprised if this just consolidates with the total crypto market cap. Now, based on the fib levels, almost touched the 618. It's looking like this is a pretty strong support level here. So if we can form support around these levels, I am liking the looks of that at that point, but I'm just seeing more consolidation than anything going on. So on Ethereum, we pretty well just want to hold around 1750 to 2054, which is the 618 fib. As long as we hold between here to here roughly, I'm still not minding the looks of Ethereum for the long term for this cycle. And let's take a look at VVS and see how that's doing. I'll actually take a look at that on Deck Screener instead. So VVS is looking pretty floored. It's attempting to form support on the second daily candle that we had here. Daily stochastic is looking nice. The RSI was just pretty oversold on the daily, came back up. 4 hour bullish divergence. And the stochastic on the 4 hours looking bearish now. But it's looking bullish on the 1 hour. And let's just extend this RSI here and see how that's looking. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on here for the next day or two just to see how it holds up, but I'm liking the looks of VVS for a potential reversal at these levels. Plus this asset is absolutely floored, so you can see where the all-time high was. 0, 0, I believe that's 3 zeros and then 4, 5, and right now we're at 4 zeros, 2, 7. So huge upside potential on this asset if this turns around for the cycle. This right here is an absolutely amazing accumulation level. Personally, I'm accumulating a lot at these levels. So 4 hour and under, it's kind of just looking like consolidation, but I do like the bullish divergence. And the daily's definitely looking like there's a lot of upside potential and it wants to reverse soon, so I'm liking the looks of VVS for accumulation at the moment, and we'll wait for more information to develop on whenever it looks like it's really ready to start running again. Well, let's see how AION's holding up now. High risk, high reward altcoin. Definitely a very high risk asset. This is something that I'm pretty well just interested in based off the technicals because this chart's crazy. Previous all-time high of 12 12.38, 12.4 roughly, and we're down around 8.5 cents now, so if we're going just by the recent high of 70 cents, that's still probably about an 8x to this previous high here. So that'd probably be first profit target that I'd go with right there. And let's see if there's any signs of reversal or coming back around on it. The daily MACD starting to get weaker. The RSI is quite oversold. And 4-hour bullish divergence. Could be looking a bit better on the 1 hour. And on the half hour, it's attempting to bearishly engulf and looking like it's attempting to come down. Wouldn't be surprised if it came down to around probably here if it broke. So that'd be about 7.5 cents. I'm going to wait for more information to develop on the smaller time frames, but at least on the daily, I'm liking the looks of the MACD showing the bears losing momentum. And we got that 4-hour bullish divergence here. So I'll wait for the next probably several days just to see what happens here. And is there anything else that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Alright, let's see how Quant's looking. Daily shows bears losing momentum. 4 hour shows bulls losing momentum. I don't see... Oh wait, yeah, there actually is some bullish divergence right here. So there's 4-hour bullish divergence as well. Smaller time frames kind of just looking like consolidation. I'm thinking this is probably going to be similar to Ethereum. If the market consolidates, probably just going to see consolidation on Quant. If it pulls back more, it's probably going to take a nice little dip further. If the market starts to run, I wouldn't be surprised if this asset decided to run from here. And since this is right down around the bottom of the fib extension, this is also something that I'm liking the looks of for accumulation. Now let's just say if I go by here for the high instead of the top of this wick here. Yeah, that's actually pretty clean all the way down. Looks like it's just been following the fib levels. If that can do the same thing coming back up, just keep on climbing each fib level like that. So just based on accumulation zone, this is floored. At the bottom of the fib extension now, same as Dogecoin. This is something that I'm interested in the fundamentals of, so this is something that I'm grabbing some at these levels. So the goal of Quant would be interoperability between blockchains, so if they end up pulling that off, could end up being a nice little run. I didn't actually check if SundaeSwap came out with their own coin like VVS yet, so I'm going to have to check into that, Norm. I'll check on Deck Screener just to see if there's anything for that, but I don't know if that would even be the name of the coin. Oh, Sunday. Age 5 hour. Okay. Oh, Sunday Inu. Oh, Sunday Swap. There we go. Oh, I see no liquidity there. One sec. I'm going to have to do a little more information and find a better chart and see if there's something I can look at, because both the charts on Deck Screen are showing no liquidity and pretty well just looking like a frozen chart. I'll look into Sunday Swap more, and then I'll check that out on the next stream for you, Norm. Anything else that you guys want me to take a look at for you? Alright, let's see how gold's holding up. So I'm seeing pretty consistent higher highs and higher lows. MACD does show the bulls losing a bit of momentum right here though. And the 4 hour shows bearish momentum growing, and the RSI took a nice little pullback to just about the perfect 30 on the RSI. So I wouldn't be surprised if it pulled back just slightly more, maybe touched this, but it's looking quite oversold on the 4 hour. And it's quite oversold on the 1 hour as well. Still respecting this little uptrend it's in. Alright, so gold, I wouldn't be surprised if we see just a little more pullback to the support level, but I think it's probably more than likely going to attempt to break this after that. So if we form a high above this high at 1876, or this high at 1915. It's looking really good if it forms a high above here. Looking absolutely phenomenal to me if we form a high above here. So this is what I'm going to be keeping an eye out for gold in the coming days and weeks, because this is one asset that I'm expecting could be doing big things in the coming months with all the economic instability that we're seeing worldwide at the moment. Gold and silver, which is what I'm going to actually check out right now as well. So gold, I'm liking the looks of for now. And silver as well, we got some bullish momentum growing quite strong on the weekly here. The daily, it's losing a bit of momentum there though. And growing bearish momentum on the 4 hour. And bearish engulfing candle and bearish momentum growing on the 1 hour. I'm thinking more than likely for silver, good chance we'll see a little bit of consolidation, which wouldn't surprise me with gold either. And then I think it's going to make an attempt at breaking above this fib level. If silver makes a high above 25.41, it's looking nice. And if we break up above this fib level, 29.25, loving the looks of silver at that point. I think that silver's also another asset that's in for a phenomenal rally. Precious metals in general, silver and gold with all the economic instability going on at the moment. So probably the two nice looking assets of the day would be silver and gold. Okay, well, if there's nothing else that you guys want me to check out for you tonight, I'm probably going to call it a night. I'll check out one more asset and I'll call her. Alright, let's see how Omi's looking. I'm liking the looks of Omi on the daily. We got the first bullish momentum growing on the MACD in a couple of days. That's a really nice looking candle. 4 hour looks like the bulls are cooling off a bit, but it's looking like it's almost squeezing here, trying to bullishly engulf. Looking like it's tempting to run at least. Yeah, it looks like we might have a little pennant going on here actually. 1 hour bearish divergence though, going to keep an eye on that. Yeah, same thing with the half hour, pretty clear bearish divergence right here. You can see the RSI goes from high to low, but the candles go from high to a higher high. So smaller time frames, maybe some consolidation going on, but this is one asset I would not be surprised if this runs and breaks all-time highs here and keeps on going. Just the fact that this is even so close to all-time highs at the moment with the current state of the crypto market. I'm really liking the looks of Omi personally. Alright, well, I'm going to call her a night. Have a good night, everyone. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.